Almost everyone in the world has those days when you're fatigued. You may even have had enough sleep, but you just feel so, and you want to go back to sleep, but then you go try to sleep and you can't sleep. Well, I'm not going to talk, well, maybe I'll talk a little bit about sleeping. There's a pill you can get called melatonin. And lately, because some kids overdosed on it, in a lot of countries, you can only get 1 milligram. So I used to have to take 2 or 3 of those 1 milligrams to sleep. So, but once again, as I say, sometimes you just feel fatigued and tired, and I'm gonna not make you listen to a lot of blah blah and talk about different products that I make a profit on. I'm just gonna tell you what works for me. Okay, here it is. First of all, uh, energy drink, blah blah. There's a lot of those. I don't have to go through all the names, but they're cheap, and you take them. Hmm. Wow, that really wakes you up. Oh, yeah, I really feel so good. I'm energetic. No, that it doesn't work quite that fast. Coffee is pretty good as a wake up. I have that every morning, and my family gets very upset because I'm a little bit too talkative and energetic. But energy drinks are okay. But if you don't like energy drinks, here's what I discovered. Really good thing. Vitamin B12. And once again, if you get the generic, it's very, very cheap. Vitamin B12, I got 300 of these tablets. I think it was under $10. And then here's made by a drug company, Vitamonil, vitamin B12. But the important thing is you don't need a prescription for it, huh? You can get it at these pharmacies that for health nuts. They sell stuff you don't need prescription for. Okay, so that's how to wake up. And to be a little more serious, a few months ago, I had a problem. I would get up, I would walk about 10 meters, and I would have to sit down. It wasn't exactly fatigue. It was just like, things weren't working right. So I went to the MD. And by the way, in Europe, you get free medical in many countries for emergencies. Almost all the EU countries, you get free medical. Getting the ambulance to take you, if you need an ambulance, that's expensive. But once you get into the hospital, even if you're a foreigner, you get the free medical. Well, anyway, I went into a Swiss hospital, and they gave me all kinds of tests. I swallowed some thing. I had X-rays. They saw it going down and everything. I had a blood test. Yeah. All right. So in the end, they diagnosed me as having such low hemoglobin, whatever the hell that is, that I should be dead. Yeah, not exactly good news. But he said, we caught it in time and we gave you an intravenous, a drip thing of iron. Iron. And now your hemoglobin, I think, is 12. But when you came in, it was 2. Wow. Well, I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be curing things. But I'll tell you what worked for me. So after I got this intravenous injection of iron and felt pretty good after that, the doctor said, hey, your what they call anemia is going to come back. So I said, well, what do I do, sir? Well, he said, you can eat food with a lot of iron in it. I said, what would that be? He said, spinach. Well, fortunately, I like creamed spinach. I grind up that spinach, in a blender. I put in some yogurt, and that's pretty good. But he said that isn't quite enough. You should get something called iron pills. And here is what they call a generic iron pill called Ferrograd. So I take one of those every day, but then about every third week I stop because too many iron pills will not be so good. I don't know what goes wrong, but you shouldn't take too much. So for me, one a day for about 2 or 3 weeks. Then I stop for a week or two, and I take it again. And guess what? It's been a year now. I have not had that low hemoglobin problem anymore. I feel pretty good most of the time. So when I take my vitamin B12 or my energy drink or coffee, I'm chirpy, if that's the word. Well, I'm like I am as you see me. I'm a little bit cheerful and talk too much. And I think you will be too if you follow my advice.